The scherzo from Beethoven 1 is a really, really good example of a tonal antagonism being worked out in a very, very, very short space of time, in a compact space of a third movement of a symphony. You often get in Beethoven this idea of tonal antagonism. There's something in the thematic material that is antagonistic towards the classical functioning of the form. And in this case, the tonality of the movement quickly unravels and Beethoven has to cobble it back together again in a really, really short space of time. I mean, it flashes past before your eyes. We've got this opening thematic material which is sort of effortlessly achieves its goal. Just a straight line and a cadence at the end of it. No problems. It achieves its aim so quickly. At which point, something slightly sinister happens. We've got to G here, but then we get a new character come along. So we're supposed to be in C major, and immediately we're in E flat, so we've already travelled quite a long distance. And then that little motif is repeated in sequence. And it goes down and down and down, and gathering momentum and accelerating as it goes, and we end up in D flat major. It drags us away from C major into D flat. So we're into this kind of hinterland now of D flat major. That's an enormous tonal distance to have travelled in a very, very short space of time. We're talking seconds here, going from C to D flat, Neapolitan. It's one of the most distantly related keys, so we've travelled a long way. The way Beethoven gets back to the tonic is a kind of crunching kind of gear shift without the clutch. He just goes up in a chromatic scale and then starts again in C. Hanging out in D flat, and then we're just going to shift up, and again, and again. Here we are. And starts again, this time staying in the tonic. So we have a cadence, and it's followed by this kind of argument that goes on. Almost like D flat, which is the antagonistic note, wants to intrude, and then D natural, which belongs to C major, comes back and says, no, no, it's C major, and then D flat comes back again, no, it's going to be D flat, and then D comes back along and says, no, it's going to be C major, and you get this argument going on between the two notes. And then Beethoven stops and says, no, it's all right, really. It's like someone having a go at you and then saying, no, no, it's okay, I was only joking. Which is, of course, is exactly what a scherzo is supposed to be, a joke. And we're going to have a nice cadence there, and then you get this antagonism again with this sighing motif. And then he says, actually, forget about it, we're fine, C major. And because it's architectural, this music, with double bars and dots, the whole thing gets repeated, so you get the chance to hear the whole thing again. So here we are hanging out in D flat, psi motif inverted this time, so upside down, shifting us back up into C major, giving us a cadence in C major, there, this antagonism going on between the two different notes, and then, no, it's all right, don't worry about it, it's fine, I didn't really want to argue with you anyway.